Hello, I'm Neil Glover and I'm the convener of the Ministries Council of the Church of Scotland.
And I'm Gabby Dench, and I'm the Pastoral Support Officer at Ministries Council.
One of the most important things in the life of us as a council is in supporting the well-being of those who are leaders in the Church of Scotland, whether that's ministers, readers, ordained local ministers, deacons, and elders, and all those who are members of congregations. Well-being is vital.
Wellbeing isn't limited to the Church of Scotland. It's something that is being talked about all over the UK at the moment with the NHS and with education and the third sector. People are thinking, how can we better support people to have increased quality of life and to be well in more areas than just spirituality, but in their emotional health and their physical health and their social well-being as well.
Research amongst ministers shows that ministers are amongst the most satisfied people with their job out of all professions. But also research shows that ministers are becoming increasingly stressed. And those stress levels, which might be to do with the amount of time that they work, which might be to do with the expanding nature of the job, or just that many people find themselves in churches where it feels like they worry that they're not doing such a good job. All those things begin to eat away at the minister's sense of doing a good job. And as stress increases, research shows that there actually becomes a point where it begins to eat away at their very sense of why they are wanting to do the job.
So we're left in this position of asking, how do we as the Church of Scotland help our ministers to have increased levels of well-being? Instead of just trying to firefight when ministers burn out or become sick or take time off, we're really trying to think about how we can put preventative strategies in place to support ministers, to encourage them to keep well and to self-care for themselves, so that we're not getting to the point where ministers are getting to that point of total discouragement and burnout.
So what we're doing is we're working with presbyteries, we're working with ministers, we're looking to work with ministers who train other ministers to build a whole culture of well-being throughout the Church of Scotland. We're really hoping that what we're seeing is the birth of a movement where ministers model good well-being to each other, where they encourage each other, and we begin to see the fruits of that through an increased vibrancy in people's ministry.
It's going to be something that we're all going to have to model. To create an effective culture shift, it needs to start at every stage and at every level. So we're looking at our initial ministerial development and training, we're looking at our continuing ministerial development and reviews, and we're also looking at how we can work with presbyteries and ministers to better support them in order to bring about this culture shift that we're talking about.
We want to work with you in bringing about this culture of well-being throughout the whole of the church. So a few things. Firstly, we want to encourage people to contact Gabby in particular if there are any issues for ministers where there are crises and where they feel that their own well-being has really got to a place which is not very good. Contact Gabby. The numbers will appear at the bottom of the screen and on the website is how you can do that. But Gabby has been in touch with lots of people already in her time in the work, helping them and supporting them through some difficult times.
Yeah, I would love to hear from you, and not only if you're struggling, although get in touch if you're struggling, but also if you have ideas, if you have feedback, if you're aware of things that work for you, that really contribute to a positive well-being for you, we'd love to hear from you.
Last year I was involved in a wellbeing course over in the United States which was transformational, and we were thrilled that this year the people who ran that in the United States came over to Scotland and ran a very successful course this summer, and we're looking to develop that work, and we'd like to have that wellbeing course as part of something that we do on an annual basis, and more being run by people who operate within a Scottish context.
We really hope to get some feedback from the 11 participants and their partners who were a part of that conference, and so you can hear from them just how transformational it was.
And as Gabby said, we're really looking for your feedback in this whole area, and please do contact us if you'd like to know more or to offer your ideas.
Please do.